Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Of AI.
AI.
Artificial intelligence may just be the furthest thing from the outdoors in existence. So what does it have to do with backpacking? Well, that's exactly what I wanted to know. So I asked the popular AI chatbot, Chat GPT, what should I take backpacking? And I committed myself to using exactly what it said, no matter what.
That is ridiculous. I can tell you one thing, AI isn't into ultralight. My base weight right now is right at about 20 pounds, which is pretty heavy for me. And a lot of it is this pack the AI picked out. This is the Osprey Aether 55. Now, full disclosure, the AI actually told me to pack the Osprey Atmos AG, which I thought this was. It wasn't until I actually started packing for this trip that I realized I have the Aether, not the Atmos. But that's okay because they're both very similar packs. Now, I probably would not have picked this pack on my own. I prefer more ultralight packs that weigh closer to 2 pounds. I just don't believe that backpacks need all these pockets, zippers, and straps, and everything else they put on more traditional packs. But the nice thing about traditional packs is they're super comfortable and they can carry a lot of weight, which is really good because this AI did not pick out the lightest gear for me today. Okay, so the tent that the AI picked out for me is the Big Agnes Copper Spur, which is a really popular tent. Now, I've spent some time hating on the Copper Spur only because I'm trying to get companies to start making two-person tents true two-person tents, which means a 50-inch floor. The Copper Spur only has a 42-inch floor at the feet, which means you can't get two wide pads in there. But that's okay because today I'm solo and this is going to be a palace all to myself. Okay, it is about time for dinner, which means I'm going to need some water. So let's head down to the creek and get some. Okay, so the AI told me to bring a wide mouth Nalgene and some aqua tabs. Now, normally I would have preferred a filter, especially looking at this water, but one of the things I told myself was that if the AI suggested something, I wasn't going to bring a different piece of gear that could do the same thing just because I thought it would do it better. So I'm going to filter this water. I'm not going to filter this water. I'm going to scoop up some of this water into my Nalgene. I'm going to drop a couple of these aqua tabs in there and I'm going to let it do its thing. And that is what I'm drinking and cooking with tonight. Mix well for at least 10 minutes. That is ridiculous. And then allow 30 minutes before drinking. Shake it for 10 minutes, let it sit for 30 minutes, then you can drink. I much would have rather had a filter. You may notice that my Nalgene is a Moose Jaw branded Nalgene. I want to thank Moose Jaw for sending me all the gear that the AI told me to get. I told them about this idea and they were ecstatic because this is the exact kind of crazy thing that Moose Jaw would do. Moose Jaw is the most fun outdoor retailer there is out there. If all the outdoor retailers were members of your family, Moose Jaw would be the crazy uncle that's still a lot of fun and happens to know a lot about the outdoors. Is that fair to say? Hope they still want to sponsor me after I say that. It's okay, Moose Jaw, you're the fun crazy uncle. Go to moosejaw.com and use the code MLOMJ to get 10% off most things that Moose Jaw sells, 5% off things that are already on sale. Some exclusions do apply. My arm is getting tired. Okay, so I'm waiting for the water. It's still got 7 minutes before it's ready to drink. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to cook dinner. Now, technically, I could have boiled the water and it would have been fine to drink, but like I said, I decided I was gonna do what the AI told me to do. Thankfully, the AI told me to bring something that I'm a little more familiar with, and that is the MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe. This is what I would normally bring when I go backpacking, so it's really nice to have something familiar. But the pot, on the other hand, is the Sea to Summit X Pot, which is kind of a strange choice in my mind. It is a silicon collapsible pot that's got this metal base on the bottom of it so you can still cook on it. I don't know what the melting point of silicon is, but the instructions say not to allow the flames to lick up the sides. So I probably shouldn't have a problem with the Pocket Rocket, but still, probably not the pot that I would have brought. Now, something the AI didn't tell me to bring was any type of eating utensil. So I was gonna carve this stick into a spoon, but the AI didn't tell me to bring a knife either, so I'm just kidding. I brought a spoon. I'm not stupid. Since the water took so long and it's dark now, I'm really glad that I've got this headlamp. This is the Petzl Actic headlamp, and it's probably the nicest headlamp that I've ever used. It's a little pricey at about $70, but it's got 3 different brightness levels. It's got a wide and a narrow light beam, and it's even got a red light setting, which is really nice when you're at camp with other people so that you don't go around night blinding everybody. But probably my favorite feature on this is the little glow-in-the-dark ring around the light, which helps you find it once you lose it in the floor of your tent. While I'm talking about it, I want to say I'm sorry for all the night filming that I'm doing. I got a later start than I wanted to on this trip. That combined with the AI water treatment plan, and I've got a lot of time in the dark. Good morning. Actually slept pretty well last night. I'm gonna start packing up here in just a minute, but before I do, I wanted to show you some of the remainder of the items the AI told me to pack that I couldn't show you last night, as well as a few items that I chose to pack anyways, even though the AI didn't tell me to. Okay, the sleeping pad, which is really important, and the AI actually did a pretty good job. It got the Thermarest NeoAir X-Therm, which has the highest warmth to weight ratio on the market at an R value of 6.9. Now, for what I'm doing here in Western Louisiana, it's probably a little bit of overkill. It's just not gonna get that cold, but the AI didn't know that. And for anywhere else that you're gonna be hiking, especially in January, you would probably need the warmth of the NeoAir X-Therm. Now, it's not the most comfortable sleeping pad on the market, but it's certainly not the worst. I've slept on worse. And all I can say is I'm just really glad that the AI didn't tell me to bring a closed cell foam pad. Now, this sleeping bag, this thing is nice. This is the Western Mountaineering Ultralight 20-degree bag. Now, normally I would prefer a quilt, but sleeping bags are a really good option, and this sleeping bag is probably one of the nicest I've ever slept in. It's slightly heavier than my preferred quilt at 1 pound and 13 ounces, but this zipper is so smooth, mainly because of these hard, almost plastic-like strips on either side of the zipper that keep it from getting snagged when you're zipping up or unzipping the bag. I wanted to talk about some of the items the AI didn't tell me to pack, but I chose to anyways. Really important, if not one of the most important things, is a way to go to the bathroom. I've got the incredibly lightweight Bogler trowel and some regular toilet paper from home, but you could also bring some wag bags, although they aren't very much fun. Now, it's a little chilly this morning, and so I've got my Farpoint Alpha Fleece and my down jacket from Big Agnes. I've got some repair tape, a knife, a battery charger for my phone, a fire starter in case of emergency, my custom food bag from Hilltop Packs, some miscellaneous personal items. Oh, and I almost forgot this first aid kit. So the AI did tell me to pack this first aid kit. It's the Adventure Medical Kit 0.9, which for one person is a pretty large kit. Normally I would take something like the 0.5, which is much more manageable. And speaking of safety, something I never hike without is my Zoleo satellite communicator. The peace of mind that Zoleo brings, knowing that I can call for help at any moment and people will come and get me, is worth the price. Plus, I can text my wife, send my location, check the weather far from cell phone service. So, Zoleo is really nice to have. I happen to be a Zoleo ambassador, which means you can use code MyLifeOutdoors and get free activation. Now that it's daylight, I wanted to show you some of this water that the AI had me drink last night. It's not as bad as I was making it out to be. And the bandana actually did a pretty good job of filtering out any kind of soot and sediment. I don't really see anything down inside there that I wouldn't want to drink. Well, there's a hair. Maybe that's from my mustache. So I'm hiking back out to the car and there's an obvious storm blowing in. I can hear thunder off in the distance, and that reminds me about 2 items the AI didn't tell me to pack, and that was a rain jacket and a rain cover for this pack. Now luckily this pack came with its own rain cover. It's one of the only packs that I've ever owned that actually came with a rain cover, so I'm covered there, and I brought a rain jacket. But one of the things AI said was these are just some of the options and to do your own research. And then it added that reviews from other users can be helpful in finding quality, reliable gear. And so I hope you found this video helpful. Please like, subscribe, and do all those other things. And as always, thanks for watching. Warmest to lightest weight ratio. How am I going to say that? Which has the warmest weight to weight, warmth to weight, has the highest warmth to weight ratio. That's what it is. It's the highest warmth to weight ratio.